Hello, this is Mr. Stegeman, and I'm going to show you how to use Piktochart to create your infographic. First thing you'll need is a web browser, so I'm going to click right here for a web browser. Then you'll need to do a search for Piktochart, which is Piktochart. And you'll see it pulls up piktochart.com. Go ahead and click on that. Then you'll need to click on the login button, which is right here. Best thing about this is since you are already logged into Google, since doing Google Drive for this class, all you have to do is click sign in with Google and it will automatically sign you in and automatically save all of your Piktocharts that you make. One of the cool things that Piktochart has is what are known as templates. Templates are ways to kind of already have something that's created for you that you can just plug in what you want to do. If you like the way one of these looks already, you can just use that and plug in your information, and it makes it extremely easy to create one. So you can kind of scroll through these. Maybe you like the way that this one looks right here. Maybe you like the way that this one looks right there. Maybe you want to have it kind of look like a newspaper. There's some over here that already look like newspapers. They even have logos and everything. Maybe you want something to be very minimalistic or not have a whole lot of detail to it. Well, there's ones that you can click on right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create one from scratch. I'm not going to show you how to do those because that's just basically replacing things that are already there. But if you say you want to make one completely from scratch, I'm going to click on right here where it says create a new Piktochart. Click on that, and of course we want to create an infographic because that's what we're working on right now. So we'll click on that. It's going to load something right there. Then you're going to start, then you can kind of go in and start creating things. So it says right here, create your own infographic. I'm going to use that and I'm going to type in there my title, because that's the title of my infographic. Obviously your title will be a little bit more interesting than mine is. Now let's say we want to change the background of it really quick. Let's say we want to make, because this is our title card right here, this is the first thing that your reader is going to see. So we want to make that a little bit interesting. So we're going to click on where it says background right there. And we can choose pretty much any background right there. Let's choose this one right there. That looks fine right there. I'm going to move that over there, and I'm going to add something to this first area that's extremely important. I'm going to add my thesis statement. Thesis statement, we can use subtitle. So I clicked on where it says text right here, and then I clicked on subtitle, and then it pulled that over there. So I can say, this is where my thesis statement will go. Period. And obviously your thesis statement is going to be a sentence, so you will need punctuation, most likely a period, at the end of that. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. Move it down a little bit and you'll see those lines kind of come on there. Those orange lines show you that it's centered directly. And we're going to leave it right there. You can come through here and you can change the font if you like. There's all kinds of different fonts to use. You can change the size of the font. There's all kinds of different sizes. Again, this is completely up to you to change whatever you want to. Then you're going to want to scroll down to the next area. These are all what are known as, these are all what are known as cards. This is the first, or I'm sorry, blocks. This is the first block right there. This is the second block right there. Blocks are kind of like slides on a slideshow. So each of these will have like a different area. So you'll have a different topic for each one. I'm going to go ahead and delete all these just by hitting the delete button, selecting them, and deleting them. Getting rid of them, and I'm going to add some information here. So I'm going to put a subtitle right here because I've already had my regular title. I'm just going to call it my topic 1, and I'm going to put some body text, which is just that button right there. And I'm just going to move that over there a little bit closer to it to make sure it's centered. Again, those lines. I'm going to type some information there, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, you'll put your information in there. Your amazing research that you're conducting will go in there. Any quotes that you have from other people will go in there. All kinds of information will go in there. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. Probably go about 17 right there. And that's where your topic will go. The title for this particular section will go. That's where the information will go. Let's say I want to fill this area with a photograph. Well, what I can do is I can go over to graphics. And I can either click on a photo. There's all kinds of preloaded photos that are on here. All kinds of information. There are all kinds of different photos you can look on. There's all kinds of cool stuff. I'm sure you can find something that relates to your topic in there. Or let's say I want to have a photo frame, which is kind of right here. Photo frames are basically like a frame you would have for your house. So this one right there is a circle frame. This one's a little bit more of a rectangle frame. This one has 4 different photos that are on there, all kinds of different options. So I'm going to pull this one over because I thought that one looked kind of cool. I'm going to move it over here, make it a little bit bigger. Boom, and then I can replace that photo with pretty much anything I want. I can drag one of these photos over there. Let's say I like this right here. Whoops. Put that photo frame back on there. Let's say I like this photo right here. I'm going to drag that photo into there. And boom. I have that photo frame, that picture that I just used right over here. I put it in that photo frame, so it looks kind of cool. And I can adjust it. I can make it bigger if I want to. I can move it all over the place if I want to. Then you'll want to go down to the next block. Again, each one of these blocks should be one of your topics. This is your first topic. This is your second topic. Let's say you want to, we'll put a title on there. Again, I'm going to click on text, subtitle. We'll move it over there. Let's say this is my topic 2. And you'll capitalize it the way it's supposed to be. Maybe I'll fix that just so you can see. Titles, everything should be capitalized unless it's a shorter word. And let's say I want to use some of these tools that are over here. I want to put in a chart because I'm going to have some sort of information. So I'm going to drag that chart over there. This will bring all kinds of different options up. You can have a horizontal bar chart. You can have a vertical bar chart. You can change all the information there. Let's say I want to have something stuff from 2011. Let's say I want to have stuff from 2012. Stuff from 2013. And you can change all the information that's on there. Let's say this was 23. I don't even know what this information is for. 67. 24. All that information there. You can change the way that all that looks. Let's say you want to change the way the colors are. Those are all in the settings area right here. You can change the colors to anything you want. Let's take that to brown. Change that one to blue. And there's all kinds of things to play around with to kind of make it look, customize it the way that you want to. Then you just insert the chart, and just like you did with the other stuff, I'm going to delete this by hitting the delete button, delete that by hitting the delete button, and boom, there's your chart right there. You can see that you have all kinds of information in your chart, and you can use that for anything. Last thing you can do is if you want to add, let's say you want to add custom pictures to it. There's a button here that says Uploads. All you have to do is either hit this button and select the image. Let's say you saved it on your desktop. Select it on your desktop and it'll add it in there. Or you can even drag it directly in there. Let's say you have an image on your desktop and you want to drag it directly in there. You can hit that button and kind of make it so your window's a little bit smaller. Let's say your photograph's over here. Pretend this is a photograph. I would just drag it directly into there and it'll copy it all the way in there. And then you can add custom photographs to it. So that's pretty much Piktochart. If you have any questions, obviously feel free to ask me or Miss Miller for help. If not, enjoy making your infographic.